Okay. So teachers, please be participative po sa ating chat box. So again, bago po tayo magsimula, I really want po to orient everyone about po sa ating licensure examination for teachers, most especially po sa ating majorship. Okay, given the fact that we are TLTV and majors, obviously, for me lang po, we have the most difficult, no? Kung wala naman pong kokontra, so obviously tayo po yung may pinakamahirap na major shocks sa board examination. Okay? So ano po ba yung mga kinakailangan natin i-consider? So kinakailangan po sa during examination, kapag kukuha po tayo ng actual exam, so this coming March 23 po, expected na kukuha po tayo ng 150 items. So kinakailangan po na i-ace natin. Ngayon, dapat pa lang po master na po natin lahat ng fundamentals ng bawat areas po ng ating majorship. Okay, so this is the purpose po ng ating free session in order for you po na maging equipped at saka maging ready po sa ating board examination. Okay? So let's begin po. We have here, I would like to introduce myself before I formally start. I am Jeffrey H. Pascual. So I just graduated last year, last June. I took the program Bachelor of Technical Vocational Teacher Education with having my major in electrical technology. By God's grace po, I graduated as cum laude. And I just passed the board examination last September. Okay. And of course, during my review season, so I am proud. Naging top 1 din po ako sa TLTVE Majorship Pre-Board Examination in CBRC Bacolod Branch. Naging third placer din po ako sa aming DagSat 2024 Parallel 3 Research Oral Presentation. Ako po ay isang outstanding pre-service teacher din during our internship. Naging student leader po, naging student assistant, and recipient po ako ng PD 907 Civil Service Exemption Certificate, a civil service eligible, and of course, a recipient and a scholar of different associations here in Negros. Okay? So, for those po na hindi pa naka-follow sa ating page, ito po yung logo niya. So, I just hope makikita po ninyo ito. Okay, na-send ko na rin po yung link sa ating GC. Alright? Ready na po ba, teachers? Okay. So, first po, meron tayong tatlong classroom rules or class rules here. Okay, unang-una po is to stay muted unless called upon to speak. Number two is you have to show respect to everyone at all times. And lastly is to actively participate by engaging in the chat box. Okay? Sana nakuha po natin. Teachers, if klaro po, pakilapag po sa ating chat box na ready na po kayo. Okay? Pakilapag po. Ready na. Okay. Ready na po, sir. All right. Miss Mary Grace, ready na din. About the others po. Mm-hmm. About the others. Ready na po. Sige. Mm-hmm. Sige. Again, please be participative po sa ating chat box. Walang problema dyan. Kahit magbardagulan po kayo, it's okay. Okay, so let's begin our first free session po tonight. Okay, so I have prepared at least 20 items here na i-rationalize po ay sasagutan po natin at saka i-rationalize. Okay, yung way po natin tonight is test-based. Okay, ito po yung kinakailangan natin gawin in order for us to attack the question itself. Okay, hindi po pwede yung tanong ay tatanungin din natin. Okay, hindi po pwede yan. So dapat yung tanong ay sinasagot. Okay? Tandaan po natin yan, teachers. So with that, without further ado po, let's start with question or item number 1. Okay? Here. A flower with one sexual reproductive organ is present can be classified as blank. Is it A, complete flower? Letter B, incomplete flower. Letter C, perfect flower. Or letter D, imperfect flower. Pakilapag po sa ating chat box. Ano po ba yung tamang sagot? Okay? Put the number and of course, don't forget the correct letter of your choice. Ano po ba yung tamang sagot? I'm waiting for your answers, teachers. Pakilapag po sa ating chat box. Oh, I see letter D. Letter B. Letter A. Tama po ba yan? Well, the others, pakilapag po. Okay lang po kahit magligwak tayo dito or mag-commit mistake po tayo dito. It's okay. Ano po ba yung hinahanap natin? Okay, a type of flower, okay, with one sexual reproductive organ. Okay, ano po ba yung klaseng flower na yan? Is it A, complete flower? Letter B, incomplete flower? Letter C, perfect flower? Letter D, perfect flower? Of course, let's reveal the correct answer here. It's letter D, imperfect flower. Tandaan po natin, teachers, pag sinabi po natin complete flower, again, pag sinabi po natin complete flowers, yung four basic parts niya ay present. Okay? Ano po ba yung apat na basic parts ng ating flower? First, we have here the stamen. Tandaan po, the stamen, the pistil, the sepal, at saka yung petals. Yan po yung four basic parts ng ating flower. Pag sinabi naman po natin incomplete flower, ito po yung may lacking, okay? Lack of one or more basic parts. Okay? So, it's either po na wala po siyang stamen o kumbaga wala po siyang pistil, mako-consider na po or ma-classify na po yan as incomplete flower. Alright? Yung letter C naman po, yung perfect flower, ito po yung classification ng flower natin, no? Kung saan present po yung dalawang sexual reproductive organ niya. Ano po ba yung dalawang sexual reproductive? Yan po yung stamen at saka yung pistil natin. Alright? And of course, we're looking for one sexual reproductive organ na present po. Kaya po, the best option here for number one, it's letter D, okay? Imperfect flower. Okay, sana nakuha po teachers. Para mas visualize pa po natin ito po, okay? Ito po yung halimbawa o yung itsura ng ating flower. Of course, makikita po natin dito, ito po yung stamen natin or the male part. Okay? Yung stamen, male part, ito po yung anther niya, yung filament, okay? Under po siya ng stamen. Yung petals naman po, tandaan natin, yung keyword po dyan is the colored part. Okay? Nagtataglay po siya ng mga scented or what do you call this? Yung may mga perfume glands niya. Yan po yung petals natin. And of course, yung pistil naman po, dyan naman po nakikita, no? Or under niyan is our stigma, yung style, at saka yung ovary. Yung sepal naman po, ito po siya. Yan po ay yung green part na ito. Yan, ang purpose po niyan is nagpo-protekta o nagpo-protect po ng ovary ng ating flowers. Yan po yung sepal. And of course, yung pedicel here, ito naman po yung may pagka-stem na siya. Okay? Tandaan po, yan po ang ating classification of flower. We have the complete flower, the incomplete flower, perfect, at saka imperfect flower. Tandaan po yung perfect flower natin, present po yung dalawang sexual reproductive organs. Yeah, so the best example would be here is our gumamela. Okay? Yung gumamela po natin, they can pollinate by themselves. Okay? That is our number one. Pahingi po ng thumbs up kung nakuha po natin. Number one, pahingi po ng thumbs up. Okay. So let's proceed po sa ating item number two. How should you begin the land preparation? Is it A, the field must be cleaned first? Letter B, proceed to grading seedbeds. Letter C, use the tractor to harrow the field. Or letter D is you have to plow the field without much clearing of weeds. Ano po ba yung tamang sagot? Pakilapag po sa ating chat box. Number two, ano po ba yung dapat nating or the first thing that we should do in preparation, preparing our land? Ano po ba? Letter A po. Kinakailangan po ba na i-clean natin? Letter B, kinakailangan po bang mag-create na tayo agad-agad ng seedbeds? Letter C, kailangan po ba na i-harrow na natin yung field? O letter D is to plow the field without much clearing of weeds. Ano po yung tamang sagot? Palapag po sa ating chat box. I see letter A. About the others. Letter A. Mhm. Tama po ba yung letter A? Okay. So let's see kung tama po ba yung letter A. Of course, the correct answer here, it's letter A. The field must be cleaned first. Ano po ba yung pag sinabi nating land preparation? Ito po yung pag-prepare no, mismo ng ating land with the requirements of the crops. Whether yung crops natin ay nagkakailangan, nagre-require po ba siya ng dry land or wetland system? Okay? So dapat po, bago tayo mag-prepare ng land natin, kinakailangan na dapat i-clean po muna natin. Dapat yung mga unnecessary na mga weeds or yung mga stones na nag-scatter po sa ating field, kinakailangan po i-remove natin o i-clean po natin. Okay? Yung letter B po here, hindi po pwede na mag-create po tayo agad ng seedbeds. Hindi pa po tayo nakakapag-clean. Yung letter C naman po is to use the tractor to harrow the field. And letter D here, obviously wrong po sila kasi nga po, yung letter C at saka letter D po, kumbaga nag-happen po siya no, right after cleaning our field. Okay? So, of course, yung correct item or correct choice po natin for number 2, it's letter A. Okay? Screenshot po natin. Number 2, letter A po ang tamang sagot. Let's proceed to item number 3. Stella loves impersonation. She decided to impersonate Maleficent. Okay? Sino po ang kanyang i-impersonate Maleficent in the upcoming school event? What type of makeup should she use? Is it A, light makeup po ba? Letter B, evening makeup. Letter C, character makeup. Or letter D, wedding makeup. Ano po yung tamang sagot? Pakilapag po sa ating chat box. I see letter C. Yes. Tama po ba yung letter C? Letter C. Majority of the answers, letter C. Sige, lapag lang po. Okay lang po yan. Kahit maligwa tayo, it's okay. Mas matakot po tayo sa actual board exam. Okay, so most of the answers here, it's letter C. So let's check. Wait, stop moving. Obviously, the correct answer here, it's letter C. Okay, the character makeup. Bakit? Ano po ba yung light makeup natin? Ito po yung subtle and natural lang. Okay? So, typically po, ginagamit po yung light makeup natin no, for casual or everyday looks. Okay? Yan po yung light makeup natin. Yung purpose po ng light makeup is to enhance our skin's natural appearance. Alright? To enhance our skin's natural appearance, light makeup po. Yung evening makeup naman, ito naman po yung ginagamit natin, no? Or kumbaga, ito po ay glamorous and dramatic. Okay? Kumbaga, much better po na ginagamit po siya during evening, no? Much better po kaysa daytime makeup natin. So, often used, ginagamit po siya for formal events, okay? Or mga special occasions, yan po yung evening makeup natin. And of course, yung letter D naman, ito naman po yung ginagamit natin, no? To make our bride look flawless and radiant. Okay? Wedding. Okay? Yung letter C, obviously, ito po yung character makeup natin. So, usually kapag nagko-cosplay ka, okay, nag-join ka ng impersonation, mga most especially na gusto ni Stella na i-impersonate si Maleficent. Okay? Ito po yung itsura ni Maleficent. Okay? Alright, let's proceed po sa ating number 4. Julius, a young entrepreneur, create and introduce new ideas to his investors. How do you describe his quality? Is it A, self-reliant, letter B, innovative, letter C, risk-taking, or letter D, good leader? Ano po yung tamang sagot? Makilapag po sa ating chat box. Sige, lapag po. Letter B, I see letter B. Letter B with a question mark. Okay. So, ito po yung gagawin natin, teachers, no? Ito din po yung ginawa ko kay during my review. So kinakailangan po, ito po yung tanong natin, kinakailangan po natin na i-analyze, okay? Una-una, i-comprehend po muna natin, sino po ba yung pinag-uusapan dito? Si Julius, okay? Ano po ba si Julius? Young entrepreneur, okay? Ano po yung ginagawa niya? Nag-create po siya, okay? Kibilugan po. Okay, during actual board exam, actually, okay lang po na magbilog-bilog ka dyan, na mag-draw-draw ka dyan sa inyong mga questionnaire. Wala pong problema. Wag lang po sa ating Scranton, okay? Baka hindi po mabasa ng ating machines, okay? So, kapag nakatapos ka na po, pwede ka pong mag-draw, okay? What do you want? Kung gusto mong butterfly, it's okay. Wag nyo lang po ipakita sa ating, sa inyong mga proctors, baka mag-wonder po, okay? And introduce new ideas. Okay? Yung keywords po natin create and of course, introduce new ideas to its investors. How do you describe his quality? Is it A, self-reliant, letter B, innovative, letter C, risk-taking, or letter D, good leader? Obviously, the correct answer here is letter D, yung innovative po. Okay? Tandaan po natin, pag sinabi po nating innovative, ikaw po ay nag-create, okay? Ikaw po nag-introduce ng mga new ideas. Let's start here. Pagiging self-reliant, ito po yung pag-rely mo mismo no, sa iyong sariling abilidad or abilities, okay? Kumbaga, you are not dependent to others, okay? Ikaw po ay self-reliant. May sarili kang confidence, okay? May tiwala ka sa iyong sarili or sa iyong kakayahan. Yan po yung pagiging self-reliant. Pag sinabi naman natin risk-taking, ito naman po ay yung pag-take mo ng mga calculated risk, okay? And of course, kaya mo din, no, i-turn yung mga risk na yan into opportunities. Yan po yung risk-taking natin. Pag sinabi naman natin good leader, ikaw po ay klaseng leader na may vision, may mission ka po, at saka determination. And of course, a good example sa inyong kapwa, okay? Or sa iyong mga members. Yan po yung ibig sabihin ng pagiging good leader. Okay, sana nakuha po natin. Number 4, the correct answer here, it's letter B, innovative. Okay? Let's proceed po sa ating, bago po yan, okay, ito po yung pagiging entrepreneur natin. So, dapat bilang isang entrepreneur, dapat may ideas ka, okay? Of course, kinakailangan din po, marunong ka din mag-develop. And of course, yung research na tinatawag, dapat alam po natin yung mga trends mismo sa ating market, okay? Yung mga demands, yung mga wants po na ating consumers, para hindi po magle-left behind po yung ating business. Yan po yung qualities of being a good entrepreneur. Okay, let's proceed po sa ating number 5. The mason poured the concrete mixture into the fork. What does it contain? A, sisawagra. Letter B, sisawal. Letter C, aggregates. O letter D, CHB. Ano po ba yung tamang sagot? Pakilapag po. Number 5. Okay, we're talking about here the concrete. Tandaan po, concrete. Ano po ba? Ano po ba yung kinocontain ng concrete natin? Is it letter A, sisawagra, letter B, sisawa, letter C, aggregates, or letter D, CHP? Mhm. I see letter A. Tama po ba yung letter A? Okay, so let's check number 5. Obvious, the correct answer here, it's letter A. Pag sinabi, pakitake note po ito teacher pag sinabi po natin sisiwagra, ito po yung nagsastand as cement, sand, water, at saka gravel. Okay, sisiwagra, cement, sand, water, at saka gravel. Pag sinabi naman po natin, again, yung sisiwagra po, ito po ay mixture ng ating concrete. Pag sinabi naman po natin sisawa, ito naman po yung cement, sand, water. Ito naman po ay mixture ng ating mortar, okay? Yung mortar po, ginagamit natin yan for plastering purposes na, okay? It is used po to bind yung mga bricks natin, yung mga stones, and even po yung other building units together. Pag sinabi naman po nating aggregates, ito po ay may dalawang classifications, okay? Yung may tinatawag po tayong coarse aggregates, yan po ang ating yung coarse aggregates po, yan po yung gravel natin, okay? Coarse aggregates, yung gravel. Pag sinabi naman po natin fine aggregates, classified po niya or under niya yung sand natin, alright? Coarse aggregates, gravel, fine aggregates, yung sand natin. Of course, yung letter D, yung CHB, ano po ba yung CHB? Sige nga, pakilapag po. Ano pong ibig sabihin ng CHB? Sino po ba yung makakapag-ano nito? Makapagbigay ng definition or yung complete meaning ng CHP. Ano po ba ito? CHB stands for what? Napubal, CHB, very good. Yan po yung Miss Ameline, yan po yung concrete hollow blocks natin, okay? Pag sinabi po natin concrete hollow blocks, ito po yung commonly used. Tandaan, commonly used material in masonry, okay? Sisawagra, concrete, sisawa for mortar natin, and of course, yung aggregates, we have the coarse, the fine, the gravel, and the sand. Of course, yung CHB, ito po yung common material na ginagamit natin sa ating masonry. Okay, so na nakuha po, number 5, that's number 5. The answer here is letter A. Okay, let's proceed po. Ito po sa ating, bago po tayo proceed sa number 6, meron po tayong mortars. Okay, yung mortars po natin, may mga different types po yan. The first one here, of course, is the type N. Tandaan po, paki-screenshot. Type N po, ginagamit po natin for general purpose. Okay? Kumbaga, may medium compressive strength siya. Yan po ang ating type N. Okay? Usually, ginagamit po natin siya no, for non-load-bearing walls, for our exterior veneers, and even above grade applications. It seems like we are running out of time. So mag-i-end po tayo, babalik lang po tayo after, okay? Yung type S naman po, ito po yung may higher compressive strength. Tandaan po, yung type S ginagamit po natin no, for constructing foundation walls, for retaining walls in other structural elements, okay? Yan po yung type S. Pag sinabi naman po natin type M, ito naman po yung highest, kumbaga may highest compressive strength, okay? Ginagamit po for heavy duty applications. Again, type M for heavy duty applications. Yung type O naman po, ito naman po yung may low compressive strength. Okay, take note of that. Yung type O po, may low compressive strength. Ginagamit po siya no, for repointing, okay, or repairing yung mga existing masonry structures natin. Yan po yung type O. Again, mortars natin, may type N, may type S, M, at saka O. Paki-screenshot po ito. Mhm. Let's proceed to number 6. Which of these materials are manufactured from clay? Is it A, CHB, letter B, bricks, letter C, concrete, or letter D, aggregates? Ano po ba yung tamang sagot? Pakilapag po. Okay, manufactured from clay. Okay. I see letter B. Tama po ba yung letter B? Sige, lapag lang po. Okay, so I'll try to move here. Okay, I see a lot of letter Bs. Tama po ba yung letter Bs? Of course, tama po yan. Okay, pag sinabi po nating materials manufactured from clay, wala na pong doubt. Ang sagot po natin dito ay bricks. Okay, pag sinabi po natin again, CHB, ito po yung concrete hollow blocks natin. Yung bricks po, manufactured from clay. Yung concrete, si Sawagra, tandaan mo natin kanina, we have discussed that. Yung aggregates naman po, yung coarse at saka yung fine aggregate natin. We have the gravel at saka yung sand. Alright? Number 6, item number 6, yung tamang sagot po ay letter B, yung breaks natin. Okay? Let's proceed po sa number 7. When a designer or an ordinary person translates his or her design idea with the use only of paper, again, tandaan po natin, only of paper and pencil. Okay, what is the name of the activity? Is it A, architectural delineation, letter B, freehand sketching, letter C, geometric construction, or letter D, drafting? Ano po ba yung tamang sagot? Pakilagay po ng ating item at saka yung correct letter of your choice para hindi po tayo mag-rattle. I see letter B. Tama po ba yung freehand sketch natin? Mhm. Tama po ba yan, letter B? Sige, lapag lang po. Okay, I see a lot of letter Bs. Obvious, the correct answer here, it's letter B, okay? Pag sinabi po kasi nating architectural delineation, ito po yung may pagka-detailed and precise form of representation in architecture. It involves po yung paggamit natin no, ng digital software to create highly accurate drawings of a design. Yan po yung architectural delineation. Pag sinabi naman po nating geometric construction, ito naman po yung paggamit natin no, ng specific tools katulad ng compass natin and even yung mga straight edges ng mga tools to create precise geometric shapes. Tandaan po, geometric construction, nag-create po tayo precise geometric shapes and figures. Yung drafting po, obviously, ito po yung technical drawing process to. Typically, yung nag-involve sa paggamit natin ng mga tools katulad ng T-squares natin, yung rulers, or yung even yung mga digital softwares natin. No? Yan po yung drafting. So, but then we're talking about here design, no? Na limited lamang po, okay? Only of the use of paper and pencil. So, the correct option here, it's letter B, yung freehand sketching po, okay? Sana nakuha. Number 7, the correct answer here, it's letter B. Let's proceed po sa number 8. With the help of drawing instruments such as T-square and triangles, one produces quick and accurate delineations for an intended project. Okay, the process is considered as blank. Is it A, drafting, letter B, pictorial drawing, letter C, graphics, or letter D, shape and size descriptions? Ano po ba yung tamang sagot? Ano po yung tamang sagot? Number 8? Pakilapag po. Number 8. Okay, with the help of drawing instruments. Okay, yan po yung pinaka-keywords natin. Ano po yung tamang sagot? Okay, so yung remaining time po natin ay currently 3 minutes po. Kaya mag-e-end po tayo. So balik lang po tayo afterwards, okay? After conversion. Oh, I can see your answers. Nakalapag na po ba? Number 8? Oh, I see letter B. Tama po ba yung letter B? Oh, I see letter D. Medyo hindi ko nakakita yung ano. Mhm. I see letter A. Okay, let's reveal po number A. The correct answer here, it's letter A. Okay, magpugay po yung Zoom user natin, no? Of course, si Sir Arman natin nakakuha po ng tamang sagot. The correct answer here, it's letter A, yung drafting po. Okay, pag sinabi po kasi natin pictorial drawing, ito po yung pagpo-provide po natin no, ng realistic view by showing the object's width. Okay, yan po yung width natin, yung height, and even po yung depth ng ating image. Pag sinabi po kasi natin yung graphics, ito po ay technical and design context. Okay, yung graphics mismo often serve as tools to simplify complex concepts or data. Yung letter D naman, obviously, of course, description lamang. Okay, description lamang po ng ating shape at saka yung size. So, the best option po number 8 is walang iba kundi letter A, yung drafting natin. Okay, sana nakuha po. Number 8, drafting, letter A po ang tamang sagot. Okay, let's proceed po sa number 9. Okay. Resistor has the purpose of blank. Is it A, storing electrical charge? Letter B, amplifying electronic signals. Letter C, controlling electric current. O letter D, to control voltage. Ano po ba yung tamang sagot? Okay? Ano pinag-uusapan dito? Yung resistor. Okay? Sagot po. Sagot. Number 9, ano po ba yung tamang sagot? Is it A, nagsustor po ba siya ng electrical charge? Letter B, nag-a-amplify po ba siya? Letter C, nagko-control po ba ng electric current? O letter D, nagko-control ng voltage? Ano po yung tamang sagot? I see letter C. Yes. Tama po ba yung letter C? I see letter B. Okay, ano po ba yung tamang sagot? Okay, so let's reveal number 9. The answer here, it's letter C. Magpugay po yung nagsagot ng letter C. Okay? Pag sinabi po kasi nating storing electrical charge, ito po ay purpose ng ating, ano po, capacitor. Okay? Nagsto-store po siya. Nagsto-store ng electrical charge, purpose po yan ng ating capacitor. Pag sinabi naman po nating amplifying electronic signals, ito naman po ay purpose ng ating transistor. Okay, tandaan po, storing electrical charge, capacitor, amplifying electronic signals, Okay, yung amplifier natin or yung transistor natin mismo. Okay? And of course, yung letter D, control voltage, ito naman po yung voltage controller natin. Alright? So, nakuha po, number 9, the answer here, it's letter C. Okay? Controlling electrical or electric current in a circuit. Tandaan po, resistor. Okay? Ang tandaan po yung unit of measurement of resistor po natin, yan po yung sa resistance po, no? Yan po yung ohms natin. Okay? Pag in case tinanong po kayo, of course, the unit of measurement po ng resistance natin ay ohms. Okay? Let's proceed po sa number 10. In the 5S housekeeping rules, what is taking out unnecessary items? Again, taking out unnecessary items and dispose is at A, Shitsuki. Letter B, Sesu. Letter C, chat box. I see letter D. Tama po ba yung letter D? Okay, we're currently 11 participants. All right, so let's reveal po nyo kung ano po ba yung tamang sagot. Item number 10. Okay? The correct answer here, it's letter G, yung seri po natin. Okay? Pakita po natin po ba yung 5S natin sa housekeeping rules. Saan po? 5S, ito din po yung tinatawag natin na Japanese 5S. Okay? Let's begin po sa ating sort. Okay? Ano po ba yung ibig sabihin ng sort? Okay? Ito po yung pag-eliminate ng mga objects in the workplace that are not in use, store, or discard them. Okay? Kumbaga, kinakailangan na po nating kukunin yung dapat makukuha pa natin o yung pwede pa nating gamitin, okay? At i-dispose yung mga unnecessary items. Yan po yung sort. Pag sinabi naman po nating set, ito naman po yung pag-arrange natin ng mga items used on a daily basis, okay? For easy access, okay? Yan po yung set or ibig sabihin is to set in order, okay? Ano po ba, again po, yung seri po, ibig sabihin po niyan is to sort. Yung to arrange or to set in order, yan po yung tinatawag natin na siton. Okay? Pag sinabi naman po nating season dito, ito naman po yung tinatawag natin, no? Always clean the workplace. Tandaan po, always clean the workplace, yan po yung season natin. Pag sinabi naman po nating siketsu, yan po yung pag-maintain po natin no ng high standard of housekeeping. Okay? Ito po yung shy natin, yung standardized, and of course the last part here, the last S natin is yung tinatawag natin na Shitsuki. Ito po yung last Japanese S natin, yung Shitsuki. Okay? Ano po ba yung ibig sabihin ng Shitsuki natin is to sustain. Tandaan, to sustain, it means is to make the 4S a habit. Okay? Gawin po nating habit ang apat na S na ito. Yan po ang ibig sabihin ng ating Shitsuki. Okay? Sana nakuha po? That's item number 10. Let's proceed po sa ating item number 11. Okay? Yung ADE stands for Analysis, Design, Development, Implementation, and blank. Is it A, Extension, letter B, Evaluation, letter C, Elevate, o letter D, Elicit? Ano po ba yung tamang sagot? I see letter B. Yes. Okay, most of the answer here, letter B. Evaluation, tama po ba yan? Tama po ba? Evaluation, of course. Let's check the correct answer here. It's letter B, evaluation. Okay, ano po ba yung ADDIE model natin? Okay, ito po yung tinatawag natin na analyze or analysis, yung design po natin, yung development, yung implementation or implement, and of course, your ADDIE model ends with evaluation. Pag sinabi po kasi nating analyze or analysis, ito po yung goal setting stage natin. Okay, ina-analyze po natin yung target audience natin and even our learners. Okay? Pag sinabi naman po nating design, ito po ay nagpo-focus sa ating tinatawag na LOs or learning outcomes. Okay? Most especially po sa ating content, yung subject matter, and even po yung mga assessment instruments natin. Yan po yung design. Yung development naman po, pag sinabi natin yan, ito naman po yung production and testing of methods. Okay? Yung implementation naman po, ito naman po yung reflection, okay, na continuous modification of the project. Kumbaga, yung mga learning experience is redesigned, ina-update po natin at saka ini-edit to ensure maximum effectivity. Yan po yung implementation. Pag sinabi naman po nating evaluation, so of course, ito po yung final testing na mismo. Okay? Tinetest po natin ano na po ba yung alam ng ating students, yung what, how, when, and of course, yung mga things na na-accomplish na ng ating learners sa ating entire project. Okay, yan po yung number 11. The correct option here, it's letter B, evaluation. Okay, baka lumabas po ito, kaya paki-screenshot po. Let's proceed po sa ating number 12. Okay, a good practice of a good draftsman is to never letter without a blank. Okay, is that letter A, ruler, letter B, pencil, letter C, pen, or letter D, guidelines? Ano po ba yung tamang sagot? Number 12. Ang bibilis ng taong bayan. I see letter D. Tama po ba yung letter D? Letter D. Okay. Let's check of use the correct answer here. It's letter D, yung guidelines po natin. Okay, tandaan po, ito po ay isa sa mga good practices ng ating good draftsman. Hindi po pwedeng na mag-letter po yung ating mga draftsman without the use or without the help of our guidelines. Ano po ba yung guidelines? Ito po siya. Okay? Ang guidelines po may apat po siya na lines. Okay? Yan, the uppermost line here, ito po yung tinatawag natin na top lines. Okay? The uppermost part po ng ating guidelines. Yan po yung top lines. Okay? Nakikita niyo po ba yung nag-extend na ito, yung nag-extend po upward? Ito po yung tinatawag natin na ascender. Again, yung sa lower case po, like for example, yung letter D natin at saka yung letter L, makikita po din natin dyan, yung nag-extend upward, yun po tinatawag natin na ascender. The next line po, right after ng cap line natin, itinatawag natin na waistlines. Ano po ba yung purpose ng waistline natin? Ito po ay, wait lang, hindi ko makita yung ano po. Okay, yung purpose po ng waistline natin is to determine, okay, tandaan po natin, nagde-determine po siya ng height ng ating lowercase letters. Nakikita niyo po ba ito? Okay, nagsa-stand po siya sa baseline natin and of course, tinidetermine niya kung ano po yung height mismo ng ating mga lowercase letters. Yung baseline naman po, tandaan natin, yan po ay between our waistline here at saka yung drop line natin. Ang purpose po ng baseline natin is ito po yung serve, no? As a line kung saan nagsta-stand mismo and nagre-rest po yung mga letters natin. It's either po lowercase man siya or uppercase letters. And of course, the last line here sa pinaka-bottom, ito po yung tinatawag natin na, wait lang, my pen is still working. Ito po yung tinatawag natin na drop line. Okay? Tandaan po yung drop line natin is a line for letters without strokes that extend downward. Ito po yung tinatawag o na-determine po siya ng tinatawag natin na descender. Kapag sinabi natin again, yung nag-extend upward, yan po yung ascender. Ang nag-extend naman po below or downward, yan naman po tinatawag natin na descender. Okay? Halimbawa po niyan, yung letter G natin, yung letter Y as well. Okay? Yan po ang ating guidelines. Sana nakuha po natin, of course, number 12 here, the correct letter, it's letter T, guidelines. Let's proceed po sa number 13. Which one is used to create graphs and complex formulas? Tandaan po natin ito, lumabas po ito noong September. This one is a board or actual board examination question. Okay, paki-screenshot po. Number 13, which one is used to create graphs and complex formulas? Is it A, MS Excel, letter B, MS Word, letter C, PowerPoint, or letter D, WPS? Ano po ba yung tamang sagot? Mhm. I see letter A. Tama po ba yung letter A? Okay. Ito, may tip ako sa inyo, teachers, no? Actually, yung mga tanungan sa board is hindi naman po masyadong komplikado, no? Hindi naman po siya masyadong complicated, just like po sa ating Prof Ed. But then, halos po knowledge-based kasi eh. Yung problema lang doon is kapag hindi mo alam yung sagot sa tanong, eh hindi mo po talaga alam. So, kumbaga, prone ka po sa pag-commit ng pagpili ng wrong option there. So, kinakailangan po dapat, eh at least mga basic po, yung mga fundamentals natin, ito po yung purpose ng session natin, no, is to master the fundamentals. Kahit po napaka-basic po niya, kapag hindi ka po familiar, eh, hindi mo talaga alam yung sagot. Okay? Is it A, MS Excel po ba? Letter B, MS Word. Letter C, PowerPoint. Or letter D, WPS? Of course, the correct answer here, it's letter A, yung MS Excel po natin. Okay? Ano? Oh, sorry. Okay, ano po ba yung MS Excel natin? Ito po yung pwede tayo mag-create ng mga graphs, no? Even yung mga complex formulas natin, di ba? Ito din po yung ginagamit natin, no, during internship to compute the grades of our students. Yan po yung MS Excel. Yung MS Word naman po, ito naman ginagamit natin, no? Most especially if gumagawa tayo ng mga text-based na mga documents, yan po yung MS Word natin. And of course, yung PowerPoint, obviously, yung ginagawa ko ngayon, ito po nagpe-present, okay, making presentations. Then the best or the convenient productivity tool is yung PowerPoint po natin. And of course, yung WPS naman po, ito naman po ay dinevelop po mismo ng Kingsoft Corporation. Ito po ay best alternative po sa ating Word document. Okay? Kapag wala po tayong Word document, pwede po na gamitin yung WPS. Sana nakuha po natin. Again, we're looking for a productivity tool. Again, mga halimbawa po sila ng mga productivity tool natin. Okay? So, ang hinahanap po natin to create graphs and complex formulas. Obviously, the correct answer here, it's letter A, yung MS Excel natin. Alright? Let's proceed po sa number 14. Which one is used to create print text documents? Okay, na-mention ko po ito. Again, text documents. Ano po yan? Is it A, MS Excel, letter B, MS Word, letter C, PowerPoint, o letter D, WPS? Ano po ba yung tamang sagot? Oh, I see a lot of letter B's. Tama po ba yung letter B? Okay. Wag na po natin patagalin. Of course, the correct answer here, it's letter B, yung MS Word. Again, we're looking for a productivity tool kung saan pwede tayo makapag-type ng mga words dyan. Okay? Mas especially, gumawa tayo ng mga letters, di po ba, yung mga application letters natin, no? Yan po yung MS Word natin. Again, yung WPS po, best alternative pag wala po tayong MS Word, okay? Yung PowerPoint for presentation po, and of course, letter A, yung MS Excel, ay example po ng spreadsheet natin. Okay? Let's proceed po sa ating item number 15. Okay? Anthony, again, we're talking about here, the subject here is si Anthony po. Prepared eggs for breakfast by cracking them one at a time into a dish and gently sliding them into hot water. Again, gently sliding them into hot water. Okay? Cooking for 3 to 5 minutes until the whites set and the yolks remain soft. What cooking method did he use? Is it A, boiling, letter B, poaching, letter C, simmering, or letter D, blanching? Ano po ba yung tamang sagot? Number 15. Mhm. I see a lot of letter B's. Okay, let's check. The correct answer here, of course, it's letter B, yung poaching po natin. Again, pag sinabi po nating poaching, ito po yung klase ng pagluto natin, no? Involves cooking food like eggs, no? Gently in hot water at a temperature of below boiling point. Okay, yan po yung poaching natin. Kumbaga, medyo naluluto lang po yung labas, pero yung yolk niya mismo sa loob, ano pa, soft pa, okay? We call that here as malasado, okay? Kapag wet pa yung yolk niya. Yung boiling naman po, obviously, hindi po pwede kasi nga po, medyo ma-overcook na, no? Or ma-boil na talaga yung, ma-harden na yung ating, uh, yung egg po, okay? Yung simmering naman po, ito naman po yung involves slightly lower heat than boiling but still causes bubbles to break on the surface, okay? Yan po ang simmering natin. And of course, yung blanching, pag sinabi natin blanching, ito po yung pag, lalagay natin, no? Especially yung vegetables natin o tsaka yung fruits natin sa tubig in a short span of time, kukuhanin natin after that and ilalagay po sa cold water. Yan po yung halimbawa ng ating blanching. Okay? Tandaan po natin again, nag-include po sila ng presence ng water or liquid. Okay? So, kumbaga, yung apat na ito, yung boiling, poaching, simmering, at saka blanching, ito po ay mga halimbawa ng wet what do you call this? Yung moist heat method natin na pagluluto. Okay? Again, tandaan po natin yung boiling natin, yung poaching, simmering, at saka blanching, nag-include po sila ng water. Ito po ay mga halimbawa or classified as moist heat method. Okay? Yung dry heat naman po, yan po yung klase ng pagluto natin kung saan gumagamit lang po tayo no, ng direct heat. Okay? Halimbawa po niyan yung mga baking natin, okay, yung broiling natin, yan po yung halimbawa ng ating dry heat method. All right? Let's proceed po sa number 16. Okay? Last 5 items here. 16. Thinking of what to prepare as an appetizer, Rosalita decided to suggest chicken macaroni salad. Again, ano po ba yung ipiprepare niya as an appetizer? Yung chicken macaroni salad. What she'll do for the cooked chicken? Ano po ba yung gagawin niya sa luto na chicken? Is it A, pinakailangan po bang i-chop? Letter B, i-minced po ba? Letter C, i-flake? O letter D, i-grate po? Ano po ba yung tamang sagot? Mhm. I see letter C. Yes. Tama po ba yung letter C? Okay, teachers, paki-count po ng score nyo after ha, okay? Para ma-assess po natin if ready na po ba talaga tayo or medyo kinakailangan pa po natin ng more reviews, okay? Po ba yung tamang sagot, number 16? Of course, the correct answer here, it's letter C, yung flake po, okay? Yung flaking, okay, pag sinabi po ko kasi nating chop, ito po yung chunks or pieces, okay? Kumbaga yung medyo may kalakihan, okay? Hindi naman po pwede na gagawa tayo ng ano dito, ng salad, mag-chop tayo ng chicken. Hindi po pwede, okay? Yung kung adobo siguro, puwedeng-pwede, okay? Yung mince naman po, ito naman po yung klase ng, sa slice natin 'no, but in a very fine, okay, fine pieces, okay? For example, yung onion natin or tsaka yung garlic natin 'no, kapag mini-mince po natin siya, 'di ba napaka-fine po. Yan po yung halimbawa ng mincing natin. 'Pag sinabi naman po natin grating, medyo hindi naman po pwede or applicable po dito sa ating chicken na gagamitin po natin sa ating macaroni salad. Kasi po yung grater natin, may ginagamit lang po siya sa firmer foods katulad po ng ating, like for example, yung mga vegetables natin, di po ba, yung grate natin, and even po yung cheese natin. Okay? Of course, the correct answer here, it's letter C, yung flake. Yung, in local term 'no or even kumbaga ito yung tinatawag natin na hinihimay, okay? Yan po yung, 'pag sinabi nating play. Number okay, ito po, may situation natin. Tandaan po natin sa ating, board examination, um, last time po 'no, na-encounter ko po yung ganito, yung medyo bibigyan kayo ng situation and then you have to analyze that or kung ano po ba yung situation na yon, okay? And of course, bibigyan ka po kung ano po ba yung coverage niya, okay? Like for example dito, yung situation po is good for items number 17 at saka 18, okay? Tandaan po natin, baka maano po tayo baka hassle po sa atin sa part natin 'no, minsan sa actual board examination if maghahanap tayo, saan po ba dapat nito 'no or saan po ako magbe-base nito, hindi po po yung nabasa yung situation. So dapat, alam din po natin or observant din po tayo, okay? Situation for item 17 and 18, customer Z was pissed off, okay? Nagalit po siya and started to complain about the manicure outcome she received, okay? Hindi po siya satisfied. The question here, question number 17. If you were the manicurist, what would you do? Is it A, tell your customer to find someone who can fix the problem? Letter B, just let her complaints unnoticed? Letter C, remain cool and calm? Or letter D, you have to ask for an apology professionally and ask what she wants? Ano po ba yung tamang sagot? Ano po ba yung tamang sagot? I see letter D. Yes. Tama po yung letter D. Okay. Huwag na po natin patagalin. The correct answer here, it's letter G. Okay. Ito po, like for example, 'di ba may situation tayo kanina. Ito po yung I think mas magpasalamat po tayo 'no kapag ganito po yung tanungan sa board exam. Kasi nga po may pagkapala Prof. Ed siya. So kinakailangan mo lang po yung hanapin, okay? Kinakailangan mo lang i-analyze yung tanong and of course hanapin yung pinaka-best, okay? Or the best option sa ating tanong here. Okay, like for example, yung letter T, ask for an apology, okay? So kahit ano ka na, kahit punong-puno ka na sa clients mo or customer mo, eh kailangan dapat down to earth ka o napaka-humble ka. You have to ask an apology, okay? Kahit kasalanan din yan ng customer mo, ay bahala na, you have to ask an apology. And of course, you have to ask, ano po ba yung kailangan na ipapaulit niya or ano po ba yung kailangan i-improve about sa kanyang outcome na kanyang manicure, okay? Of course, the number 7, the correct answer here, it's letter D, okay? You have to ask for an apology and professionally ask what she wants, all right? Number 17, let's proceed po sa number 18, which is not desirable quality for effective client relation. Ano po ba? Tandaan din po natin ito, teachers. Yung laro minsan ng PRC, kumbaga, sinasadya po talaga nila no na gawing lowercase, okay? Gawing lowercase yung mga not, okay, yung mga exceptions kasi kapag hindi ka observant sa tanong, not pala yung or exception po pala yung hinahanap. Okay, doon pa lang, mali ka na. So, goodbye na po sa ganong number. Okay? Which is not desirable quality for effective client relation. Ang po ba hindi dapat? Is that A, emotional control, letter B, optimistic approach, letter C, good manners, or letter D, discussing personal life status. Okay, I see letter D. Yes. Tama po bang letter D? Okay, so let's check number 18. The correct answer here, it's letter D, yung discussing personal life status. Tandaan po natin, emotional control, o pinakailangan din po yan, yung optimistic, dapat positive ka po yung good manners, oh, di ba? Dapat pag the way you approach your clients, the way you ask your clients, dapat may good manners ka, okay? Like for yung GMRC natin ngayon. Yung discussing personal life status, dapat po, ito po ay naka-private. Okay? Hindi po pwede yung mga kaganapan ng buhay mo, i-share mo din sa clients mo, okay? Like for example, gusto niya lang yung mag-chill-chill, medyo na problema din siya sa ganap ng buhay mo, okay? So, pwede, hindi po pwede yan. Okay, so the correct option here, number 18, it's 30. Okay, discussing personal life status. Again, we're looking here for an exception. Okay, let's proceed po sa number 19. Jeff installed the entire switch or outlet body. Again, entire switch or outlet body visible and extends beyond the wall surface. Okay, the device is said to be letter A, wall type, letter B, surface type, letter C, flash type, or letter D, open type. Ano po ba yung tamang sagot? Mhm. I see letter B. So, gagaling na naman. Ang gagaling nyo po. Kayang-kaya nyo na po yung board examination. Letter B. Let's check po. Tama po ba yung letter B? Of views or the correct answer here, of course, it's letter B, yung surface type po natin. Bakit? Ano po ba yung flash type natin? Well, ito po ay slightly recessed into the wall. Kumbaga, may pagka-visible po siya, okay? Yung nakikita lang po natin is yung cover plate niya mismo, okay, sa wall. Yung surface type po, mismo yung utility box niya, yung whole body niya, naka-mount po mismo sa wall. Yan po yung surface type natin. Again, tandaan po natin yung switch natin may surface type at saka yung flash type. Okay, number 19. Of course, yung letter A here, hindi naman pwede yan. Wala pong wall type na switch. Okay, pwede po siya ma-include po sa ating surface type here. And of course, yung open type, disruptor lang po ito. Okay, number 19, the correct answer here, it's letter B, yung surface type. Then na gets po number 19, we go to number 20 here, the last item tonight. Which tool is appropriate for measuring long distances? Is it A, ruler, letter B, extension rule? Okay, extension po ito, no? Letter C, yung meter stick po ba? O letter D, yung purpose rule? Ano po yung tamang sagot? Sagot po. I see letter D. Yes. Tama po ba yung letter D? Ang gagaling nyo naman po. Okay. I can say na kayang-kaya niyo po yung board examination. I see letter D. Sige, lapag lang po. Last item na po ito. Mhm. Okay, 10 minutes before 9. Okay, reveal na po natin. More item pa, sir. Okay, next po. May mga next sessions pa po tayo. Okay, hindi po ito last. First pa lang po ito. Okay, let's proceed po. Number 20, the correct answer here, of course, it's letter D, yung pole push rule po. Okay? Bakit? Ano po ba yung ruler natin? Ito po yung ginagamit natin, no, to measure short distances, okay? Most especially po yung mga, yeah, yung short distances, okay? It measures up to 12 inches or it is equivalent to 1 foot. Okay, yan po yung ruler. Pag sinabi naman po nating extension rule, ito po ginagamit din po siya natin, no, for to longer distances, but hindi po siya efficient gamitin, di katulad po ng ating pulse rule. Yung meter stick naman po, of course, meter, okay, it measures po up to 1 meter. Yan po yung meter stick natin. Nakikita niyo po ba yung ano, yung meter stick na ginagamit natin? And of course, yung pole push rule, ito po yung tinatawag natin na tape measure. Okay? So, obviously, the correct option here, it's letter D, yung pole push rule. Okay? Tandaan po yung keywords natin, long distances. Again, long distances, ang ginagamit po natin dyan is yung pole push rule. Okay? Kamusta po? Okay na po ba? Nakuha po ba yung number 20? Okay. Pakilapag po ng inyong scores. Pakilapag po. Ilan po ba yung nakuha natin? Okay, ito po yung pole push rule. Sige, lapag niyo po. Ilan po ba yung scores? 18 out of 20. Okay, very good. That's a good score. 19 out of 20. Yes, pasok po. Okay. Two mistakes. So, share ko lang po no, noong September, actually, sobrang, di naman po sa din-discourage ko kayo, no. Actually, nung September, I think, sobrang hirap po ng ano, sobrang hirap po ng mga tanungan doon. And actually, hindi naman po ano eh, as what I have mentioned kanina, hindi naman po masyadong mahirap talaga yung pag-construct ng question. Easy lang man po. Kaso, more on knowledge base. So, kapag di mo po alam, eh, wala po talagang alam doon. So, medyo masyadong ano eh, bago yung mga tanong. So, ang hirap. 19 out of 20, one mistake. Very good. So, laban, laban tayo. Health TV ad. Okay. Again po, antabayanan niyo po ako January 18 po. May lecture po ako kay Sir Melvin. January 18 po. Bali, libre po yan, no? During live. Again, free lang po siya. Accessible po siya during live. But then, after couple of minutes po, kinukuha po nila and ina-upload po sa private group. So, kung gusto niyo po ng comprehensive discussions o yung kuha kayo ng mga actual board examination questions, eh, mag-join po kayo kay Sir Melvin. Kasi I'm one of the coaches there. 11, sir, now lang po umasa ko. Okay lang po, ma'am. 11, it's okay. Okay, recorded naman po ito. Isasend ko po yung link ng ating page para ma-rewatch po ninyo. Okay? And of course, that ends our 20 items. 20 item tonight. So I hope may natutunan po kayo teachers, no? Okay, so bago po tayo mag-end, so I would like to share um, the verse na pinaghugutan ko po talaga noon during my release season, okay? When the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen. That's from Isaiah 60:20, 60:22, okay? At narin po natin, kapag para po sa atin talaga, eh para po talaga sa atin yan, okay? Actually, ang dami po talagang what ifs eh, kung kakayanin ko po ba or hindi. Pero actually, malalaman mo po yan eh, kapag lumabas ka sa testing room, like for example, in my case, confident po ako no sa Gen Ed at saka sa Prof Ed. I am confident na halos nasagutan ko po talaga at marami akong tama doon. Pero sa major chef lang po talaga, medyo tagilid lang po talaga kasi sobrang hirap. Okay? Pero by God's grace po, no? Na-ace naman po natin ang board examination and of course, I'm happy and I got 88%. Okay? Kaya thank you, Lord. Kaya tiwala lang. The ultimate majors, raise our flag, laban lang po. Okay, that ends our session tonight. Maraming salamat po and I hope marami kayo natutunan. Thank you so much and bye-bye po. Hello po.